What is up, everybody? This is your boy Alex Alexeev, and today let's talk about screen cracking in Final Fantasy X-2. Basically, it's a random encounter transition animation in this game, and if you ask me, this is the most beautiful transition in JRPG's history. It looks like this. So as you can see, the screen freezes, then it cracks, hence the name, and then the shards or pieces or whatever are falling, and then the battle begins. So simple, right? Well, actually, not so simple. And let's dig deeper into that, because digging deeper is always fun.
Where's the fun in being plain old regular sphere hunters?
Yeah, what she said!
No problem.
So, as you might have guessed, the cracks are randomly generating each time. But not so fast. Because while the positions of cracks are truly random, the number of them is actually not. So let's do some unpacking. First of all, the number of cracks that you'll get each time cannot be more than, I think, somewhere around 30. But let's just say 30 is the maximum number that you'll get. But, of course, it can be anywhere less than that. And, second of all, and this is very important, if the number was truly random, then the chance of you getting only one crack is the same as the chance of you getting 15 cracks or 30 cracks or somewhere in between. Everything would have had the same chances of appearing, right? But actually, this is not the case. The number of cracks in this game is always trying to go towards the middle value, the 15. So in other words, the chances of you getting 14, 15 or 16 cracks is very high, right? For example, the chances of you getting like 10 or 20 cracks is lower, and the chances of you getting like 201 cracks or 29 or 30 cracks is like extremely rare, like when the planets align or something, right? So, as you can see, the position is completely random, the number appears to follow some rule. So, the first explanation is that they just programmed it to be like this on purpose. So, the closer the number to the middle value, 15, the better chance it gets of appearing. But I think this is actually not the case. And I have the second explanation, which is more probable. It goes like this. The number of cracks that you'll get each time is always 30, always the max value. But the cracking happens on the much larger screen than your game screen. So basically, imagine two screens, one inside the other. Well, you don't have to imagine anything, I just put it right here. So the yellow screen is your game screen, your TV screen, right? The screen that you see. But the red screen is, non-existent large screen where cracking happens. the red screen is must be 2 times bigger than yellow screen, so that when it gets 30 cracks, the yellow screen always tries to get half of it. But the positions of cracks are truly random, as I said. So it can go like this, and you'll get fewer cracks, and it can go like this, so you can get more cracks at your screen. And of course, sometimes it can go like this or this, but it's improbable. And I'm sure that this is the way they programmed it, with this larger screen that gets all the cracking, right? So there you have it, beautiful random encounter transition animation in Final Fantasy X-2, which is more complex than it looks.
So what? I want to have fun!
But before I go, I have quick facts for you. So the first one, yes, it is actually possible to not get any crack on your game screen. This is like ridiculously rare, and it didn't happen when I played this game on PS2, and I played the crap out of it back then. But it happened on PS4, and this is it.
You're not getting away!
This further proves my point about this larger screen or whatever, right? Because you can actually hear the cracking, but you cannot see it on your screen. So this proves that the cracking happens, right, somewhere around your game screen, right? So this is the first fact. The second fact is that so in this game you have random encounters, so you cannot see the monsters, right? But there is one dungeon when you can see the monsters. This is the Via Infinito dungeon, and when you collide with the hitbox of the monster, you will initiate this screen cracking and the battle, right? When your hitbox collides with their hitbox. But it is possible, actually, at the frame that you collide, to get normal random encounter. Because when you're running, there's a chance that you will get a random encounter, right? So it is possible that in the same frame you touch the hitbox and you get other battle, and then when the battle concludes, you immediately will get the battle with this monster that you can see on your, journey or whatever, at the same frame. And then in this case the screen that freezes will be completely black, and then it will explode into shards, and basically that's it. And then the third fact, when you go into menu and you exit the menu to go to the game screen, it will softly transition. And it is possible when you exit the menu to immediately start running during this soft transition, and because you're running, there's a chance of you getting a random encounter, and it is possible for screen to freeze during the transition, and that way you will on this froze screen you will see the menu and the field, and it will all explode at the same time, and this is really cool. So yeah, I just gave you basically all there is to say about this random encounter transition, aka screen cracking. Alright, so it's time for me to go, and remember, virtual cracks on screen are good, and real cracks on screen, don't do them. Goodbye.